Deidra Penrose, who actually is my cousin. And she is a 9-star diamond. She's a 2-time elite coach. She's a Success Club 5 All-Star legend, and she's a Success Club 10 All-Star. And she's going to talk to you guys today about her secret sauce and her business. Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing? I just want to ask you guys a question. Whose first summit is this? Awesome. That is great. All right, so as Melanie said, my name is Deidra Penrose. I am a 9-star, 2-time elite coach. I am a wife and a mother of 2 boys, Chase, who is 4 and a half, and Weston, who is 3. I am an ER nurse by trade and the creator of Team Forever Fit. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I run effective challenge groups to turn my challengers into successful coaches. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little background about how I got started on my own journey. So I started my own journey as a challenger myself 3 years ago after having my youngest son, Weston. I was at the heaviest weight I've ever been. I was very insecure, unhappy, and depressed with how I looked and felt, and I needed a change. So Beachbody is what I turned to, and I instantly fell in love with the products, with the programs and Shakeology, like most of you have, but also having a coach and a mentor and a challenge group to help me along my journey. So I know that if it wasn't for Melanie, my coach and mentor and cousin, I would not be where I am today. So with that said, I did not start my business to be a $1 million earner. I did not start my business to be a 6-figure income earner. But what I did start with was the passion to pursue my goals and help others in a different way other than nursing. I wanted to give others the opportunity to gain self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-control that they didn't have before. So with that said, I was working full-time hours as an ER nurse, and it was wearing me down. I was missing out on the quality time that I had with my boys. I actually missed my oldest first crawl, and as a mother, it's pretty heartbreaking. So my why for wanting to be a coach changed in one day, and I can remember it so clearly. It was one morning that I went into the ER to work for a 12-hour shift, and some of my fellow nurses' friends came in, and they were pretty upset. And it was because it was their kid's first day of school. They were missing getting them on the bus and missing getting them off of the bus. And we work 12-hour shifts, so when you miss one thing, you kind of miss it all. And that was the moment that I committed to myself that I was never going to be that mom or nurse that was going to miss out on the most important days of their kids' lives. Because those are the moments, the memories that we are never going to get back. So, hold on, let me see here. Guys, seriously, there's only supposed to be 900 people here. Some of you guys have to leave. There's 1,400 people over capacity. So from that moment on, I decided that I was going to make a change, and challenge groups were going to be my new job. And I knew that if I can make my challenge groups and my challengers my priority in my business, that they can have an amazing journey, they can have an amazing story, and they can build that passion that I had to help other people, and they can be successful as well. And that's exactly what I did. So now I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about how I grew my business from a coach to elite in my first year. And I think many of you guys are going to be able to relate to that because a lot of you guys are in this position that I was in 2 years ago. All right, so I started coaching. I signed up as a coach in November of 2012. I didn't actually coach though and start working my business until January of 2013, and it was because I attended my first event. It was my Super Saturday. I went by myself, it was in Pittsburgh, and I just wanted to go and see what the whole business was about. And when I went there, I was so completely inspired by the top coaches standing up on stage, sharing their story. And I just remember sitting there thinking, I could never be that coach up there, being successful, sharing their story. But the more I listened to them, I realized I had that same potential that they had. The only difference was I wasn't committing to the 3 vital behaviors, and I wasn't committing to my goals. So that was a moment that I committed myself that I was going to be that 6-figure income earner. So once that Super Saturday was over, I actually went Emerald. And then 3 months later, I went Diamond, and I was running challenge groups. Every month, my challengers turned into my coaches. They were my discount coaches because they loved the products. And then in July, I had, take us back 2 years from now, guys, July. I got my very first Elite email report, okay? And I had no idea what Elite was in July of that year. The only thing I knew is you needed 100 points, all right? So when I got that report, it said I had 24 points. And I'm like, okay, well, we're over halfway through the year. I had almost a quarter of the points. There's absolutely no way in heck am I going to be Elite this year. So I saved that email in my Beachbody folder, and I moved on with my business. I continued running challenge groups, and it was just working for me that way. They were turning into discount coaches, and I was working my business. So in September, I had a call with Melanie, Katie, and Alyssa. And Alyssa and Katie were talking about how they wanted to go Elite. They were going to push. I still had no idea what Elite was, okay? But that was the day that I found out what Elite was. I found out the importance of Elite, and it was the day that I committed. I wanted to push for Elite too. And a little bit I did it because they were doing it, but I also did it because my coaches were, my team is amazing. My coaches were so determined that they wanted to be Diamond. They wanted to build a business. And I sure as heck wasn't going to let them lead me. I was going to be the leader of the pack. So they pushed me, and we all pushed together. So in October that year, we had a cup challenge. Every person who was determined to reach that goal was in that cup challenge. And during that month of October, I went from Diamond to 6-star qualifying. And I feel, and that was 4 weeks, guys, and I feel like it happened because, number one, they participated in the cup challenge. We had push to Diamond groups. We had weekly team calls. We had one-on-one calls like more than once a week, constantly. So although I had the diamonds to go Elite, I was still lacking in the Elite point department. So in July, like I said, I had 24 points, and then in November, I ended up having 82 points. Still wasn't there, had a month left, and most people did have their 100 points by then, but I still continued to push, and it was my very last Elite email report, December 27th. I can remember it so clearly because I stressed the entire time. I had 100 points. Literally, I had the bare minimum to go Elite, and I feel like it happened not only because of my amazing team that wanted to push with me, but because of Melanie. I wanted to quit so many times, and let me tell you, everyone that will be talking on stage at one time wanted to quit their business. They felt like they were a failure, that we just weren't doing what we needed to do, or our team wasn't doing what we wanted to do. We have coaches quit on us. I've had a lot of coaches quit on me. But you know what? I didn't let that stop me. Every time I wanted to quit, I got on the phone with Melanie, and I said, Melanie, I'm quitting. I can't do this. I'm not pushing for Elite anymore. But she said, Deidra, if you quit, you will never know your fullest potential. But if you can give it all you got, at least at the end of the day, you know you work as hard as you can, and you cannot do anything else. And that is exactly how it happened. I ran challenge groups. I turned my challengers into coaches. So with that said, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my 4 top tips of how I run effective challenge groups and turn my challengers into successful coaches. All right, so the first tip I have for you guys is providing value. Your coaches are coming to you for your help and your support. They are coming to you out of 100 other coaches that they know, because we know there's Beachbody coaches everywhere, and everyone says, I can't do it because there's too many Beachbody coaches. Give them enthusiasm, and if you can give them that enthusiasm even after closing that sale, you're good. Just be consistent with it. All right? Along with that, give them what you promised in the invite. So when I do my invite, I tell them I'm going to give them daily tips, recipes, help with meal planning. Those are the kind of things you always consistently want to give them every day as long as you are their coach. All right, the third tip of providing value is never skipping a day checking in. We must show up like we want our challengers to show up. I know we have busy schedules. I know there's a lot of coaches out here that have other jobs. I get it, been there, done that. But if you guys can just make it a priority, set aside 5 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day. Check in, show you're present, show you care. That's gonna make your challengers wanna participate more. And then the third way is providing education. All right, so your challengers, again, they're coming to you because they don't know how to do it on their own. So some of the things that I help my challengers with is what clean eating is, how to meal prep, how to meal plan. Those are the things that I help my challengers with so they can be successful on their own journey. All right, the second tip I have for you guys is be a challenger yourself. And, we must always be on our own journey. We are not perfect. If you think you're perfect, go reevaluate yourself. Because you're not perfect, nobody is, all right? We all have room for improvement. But if you can just share with your challengers what you're doing, show them that you're being a product of the product. It's a 3 vital behavior. Show them that you're doing the workouts. Show them that you're drinking Shakeology and you're investing in your health. If you can do that consistently with them, it's going to help them connect with you more and relate to you more. The third tip I have for you guys is being creative as their coach and their mentor. And there's a few different ways I do this just to make my challenge groups more appealing. So the first one is a coach for a day. And I don't know how many of you guys do this, but what I do is I invite my challengers to participate. They get to pick any day of the week that works best for them, and they are doing the daily post for the entire group, whether it's a tip, a recipe, a motivational quote. But at the end of the week, whoever participates will get a prize. The second one is challenge group challenges. So I like to give my own challenges to my challengers because I like to keep them active. So whether it's a burpee challenge, a wall plank challenge, a wall sit challenge, a flex Friday, whoever participates the most at the end of the week or month will get a prize. All right, so I love giving gifts and prizes. I'm sure you guys see that by now. And then my third tip of being creative as their coach is having a point system. And I love the point system because it's a great accountability and reward system. So each point accounts for something different. You get 2 points if you do your workout, 2 points if you drink your Shakeology, you get 2 points if you post a motivational quote, 2 points if you're posting a recipe, 5 points if you post your accountability on Facebook and tag me as their coach, and then 10 points if they share their transformation on Facebook and tag me as their coach. And at the end of the month, whoever accrues the most points will get a prize. Now, if I do have a bigger group, I will do 2 prizes. And the fourth tip I have for you guys is teach your challengers to coach before they actually start coaching. So I encourage my challengers to share their story, to invite their friends and family to get on board in our challenge groups. Just a little secret of mine, I sign up all of my challengers as discount coaches. Some of you may like that, some of you may not. Everyone has their own thing, but this is the reason I do it. I come in with confidence that when these challengers are coming in on my group, they are going to have an amazing transformation. they're going to have an amazing story, and they're going to share that. So I'm skipping that really annoying step where you have to go pay the $40 fee, send an email to Coach Relations to get that $40 fee back. It's done. So by the time those challengers are ready to invite their friends and family and are ready to get someone on board, they don't go under me, I sign them up under them. And then they get to see the reward and benefits from signing up a coach. I also love to give positive feedback. So I will randomly message my challengers and I will let them know how great of a job they're doing. Whether they're just so inspiring, they're motivating, they have an amazing story that if they would share, so many people could relate to them. So if I give them the good qualities that they already have as a coach, it's going to help push them and help give them confidence going in the right direction to actually work the business. And then my last tip for you guys to teaching your challengers to coach before they do is inviting your challengers to your business opportunity calls and 5-day sneak peeks. So 5-day sneak peek, I give 5 days, Monday through Friday, and each day I do videos and posts from our team. And the first day I will just talk about my story and how I got started. The second day is about challenge groups. The third day is about social media and how you can be successful without having any experience. The fourth day is the compensation plan, and then the last day is just getting them signed up and giving them the steps to get started as a coach, whether it's them signing up as a coach or transferring from a discount coach to a working coach. So then I just start getting them ready and learning more about the business. So I talked about challenge groups, how I run them effectively. I'm gonna have a little call to action with you guys. And I really, really want you guys to start making your challenge groups and your challengers your priority in your business. Without those challenge groups, you don't got much. You don't have results, you don't have transformations. They are the bread and butter to your success and your business. So if you can create successful challenge groups, you are organically going to create a successful organization full of coaches who have an amazing transformation, an amazing story, and that is going to help both you and your entire team have both physical and financial freedom. That's all I got.